world citizen. World citizen. The lake, we were talking about the lake. The lake is part of our Ecogram Project. And the Ecogram Project is about waste, water and soil. Yeah, these three verticals that we want to tackle. So the lake is situated in our Grama Panchayat, which is Betal Tsuru, which is in the north of Bangalore. And the lake was dry for 30 years. Then through a government project, it got refilled with treated sewage water. And what we do as from the project side is we maintain it. So we keep it clean from garbage. We maintain the bunds, make sure that they don't erode. Of late we've raised more funds to do more for the biodiversity, to improve the wetland, and also to introduce small things which are nice for the community, like we put benches, we made a viewpoint. We will build toilets for the people who come to the temple and these sort of things. Even though it sounds very cliche, but it's really the love for Mother Earth. You know, it's really what has always driven me and always. And I remember actually when I was in my early 20s, I started taking pictures of Coca-Cola cans in the middle of the forest, or, you know, simply because it disturbed me so much, you know, to have this unwanted item in pristine nature. What drives me is the love for all this. You know, I think nature is so rewarding. For me it's a god, it's everything, you know, and I want to protect it in the best possible way. Actually, I think one of the best experience here with our project is really the fact, and this is a fact, is that diseases like malaria, dengue and everything have really come down drastically. And this is not my imagination. It's the mothers who come and tell me. You know, I mean, sometimes when I walk through the village, the people will come and say, Amma means mother, you know, and they will thank me and say, you know, because of what you are doing here, our children are not getting sick. Our animals, our cows are not getting sick anymore, or not so much as they used to. You know, I think that is, for me personally, that is the most rewarding thing. The most difficult is like, I would say with everything in life, is ignorance. You know, that's the biggest challenge when people are ignorant. And unfortunately, in our context, I have to say it's a lot of men who are ignorant, and they think they you know, they have the power, and they want to involve themselves, and they want to feel important, and many a times they have put spanners into the wheel, thinking they're doing something good, but they didn't, you know, or they think they know it better. And they want to tell us how to do our job, you know, or I don't know, things like we want to build a toilet, and the man comes and says, no, you cannot build a toilet because I don't want the toilet to be sitting here next to my little god, which is under the tree. And then I say, okay, but now where do I put the toilet? And he said, you put it over there. And then some other guy will come and say, no, you can't put the toilet because I have got my God here. And my God is more important than his God because I'm at a more upper caste than this guy. So it's all these perceptions and concepts and that people carry in their head, and yeah, those are the main challenge. I mean, this is what I already said, let me put it like that. When I was in my mid-20s, when I came to India, I was really, India was one part of a very long journey. Basically, not traveled the whole world, but almost, right? Because that was always my dream. So I came to this country, which I had not really, it was not really on my first choice. I came here really by accident, because a friend of mine said, I'm in Ladakh and you have to come here. And anyway, so I landed up here in India, and I don't know why or what happened. It just, for me, we're talking the 90s, right? For me, it was so nice to see that there is a country who is not following this very American way of life, this very consume-minded trajectory that everybody else was following. Like I went to Thailand had this big America stamp, or even Indonesia or other countries, right? And India was very, very, very unique. And that is actually what made me really fall in love with the country, because I love that simplicity, I love that uniqueness. And I always wanted to live here. Years later, when I actually had the chance to come to India, to immigrate to India and to live here, to work here, etc., that India had completely changed. And it really broke my heart, and I think if you ask me for the second motivator, is because I come from the West, I'm not responsible, but I feel somewhat responsible because we white people always have this tendency to go around and tell everybody else how to live, right? In the process, we destroy a lot. So actually, I wanted to be part of that other process, to regenerate and to do something positive, rather than negative, if I may say so. Community means, it's like a unit of people who collaborate. That's what community means. This project is much bigger than myself, right? I actually, people hardly see me outside, it's more my girls, like Pavitra, the girl you just met, she's the face of Ecogram, and I mean, when you ask me about the sustainability, will this project continue even if I or the entire organization, my NGO, pulls out? This is what we're working on now, that it has to be carried forward by the community. But there are a few things that we need to put in place, which we are working on right now, and hopefully it will work. Let's see, we're giving it our best. I think what I want to tell people is what I told you earlier. Everybody in today's day and age needs to take interest in waste and in waste management. It's a problem which is overwhelming the planet, and it's still too hush-hush, and it's still too very superficial in people's mind. And when I talk about this, I'm not talking about this craze against plastic and, break free from plastic and all that. These are important movements, but the problem is way, 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 way more complex than this. And I feel that, as humanity, we need to start really thinking what we're leaving behind.